631-672-3108 is the number to call. As everybody knows, this is the Weekend Crunch. We are live every single Saturday from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. New York Eastern Time only on 103.9, the LI News Radio Network, brought to you by New York Sports Scene Magazine and the Worldwide Sports Radio Network. Anyways, there's a very, very hot team in New York right now, and that would be the New York Yankees. All those Yankee fans that wanted to get rid of Brian Cashman didn't make those big, savvy moves like the Mets did with Marte and the Max Scherzers of the world. No, what he did was he brought in young players, and look what this team has become. And by the way, if Aaron Boone wins 100 games this year, he will be the first manager in Major League history in his first 5 years to have 3 100-win seasons. Yankee fans, get rid of Aaron Boone and hire Buck Showalter. I'm not saying Buck isn't great for the New York Mets, but boy, oh boy, Aaron Boone is right now the best manager in baseball. We are talking to Cavaliers radio play-by-play broadcaster Tim Alcorn. Tim, do you like the way the game is transitioning into an offensive three-point game, or do you think that the game should move back to what it was in the 80s and 90s?
Yeah, there were some brawls back in the 80s and the 90s. That was a man's game back then. It's interesting. Sometimes as I'm calling games, I'm thinking, wow, how many three balls are they going to shoot? Fans love offense, but do they love offense to the point where a team shoots 35% from three rather than 45 to 50% from two? Do they pass up an easy layup to kick it back out only to see a three ball clang off the rim?
I don't understand why Ranger fans seem to protect their team when there's a disaster happening during the series. All these Ranger fans are joyful about the Rangers shouldn't have been here. They're one of the youngest teams in the NHL. They're going to be here again. It's not so easy year in and year out to get to the Eastern Conference Finals. You talk about how great Kreider had of a season, 50 goals that he's never scored in a regular season in his career. And then you talk about Trouba making $9 million a year, not show up to a series. Steph Curry is one of the most overrated players of our generation. He is a great shooter. He doesn't play defense. I listen to all these different analysts after they win a championship say that nobody realized how good Steph Curry is until he's gone. Is Steph Curry better than Shaquille O'Neal, Oscar Robertson, Bill Russell, Will Chamberlain, LeBron James, Michael Jordan, Tim Duncan, Hakeem Olajuwon, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird? For anybody to put Steph Curry in the same conversation as these legends, it's absolutely ludicrous. He's not even in the top 5 point guards of all time. He's not better than Isaiah Thomas. He's not better than Jason Kidd. He's not even better than Chris Paul. And yes, you're going to say Chris Paul never won a championship. It's not Chris Paul's fault that he never played on an elite team like the Golden State Warriors. Let's go to the phones as we have Carl from Tampa. What's going on, Carl?
You said you're mad that Draymond Green talked all this trash, and all I was saying was that Dennis Rodman talked all kinds of trash and nonsense off the court. That's what Dennis Rodman did. Okay, so what's the difference?
And Dennis Rodman put up what he did. Draymond Green has done nothing.
What kind of points did Dennis Rodman put up once he went to the Bulls?
I'm sorry.
Not a lot. He played his role. Draymond plays his role on this team.
But Dennis did other things. He defended multiple positions. Dennis Rodman was an all-time rebounder.
I'm not comparing the two playing. I'm comparing about the trash talking.
You're comparing Draymond Green to Dennis Rodman. DeShaun Watson is a big story throughout the country right now. With all these different women that he was supposedly doing disgusting things to, the stories that are coming from them and their lawyers. It's remarkable that this story has been hidden for such a long time. But when you look at the situation that he has put himself in and the contract that he just got from the Cleveland Browns, you wonder where the NFL is going to go with this when it comes to his suspension. A year, 10 games. The story seems to get deeper as we hear more behind the story. So do I think all these women are telling the truth about DeShaun Watson? I believe that DeShaun and his team coming to an agreement of a settlement with 20 of the victims, I think it will help move forward with the other victims. When we come back, the New York Knicks are the talk of free agency as Thursday is going to come around and Jalen Brunson could be a New York Knick. Is he the apple for the Big Apple? Here on the Weekend Crunch.
You're listening to the Worldwide Sports Radio Network.